I would say that one of the things that happened when I first came into academic higher education, I had this idea in my head that I need to go and learn all of the stuff in the academic world and take those things back to my community. But then, as soon as I got into the academy, I began to realize that the academy didn't understand the community that formed me or the church that formed me. And so instead of thinking about what I could learn in the academy to take back to the church, the black church in particular, I started saying, how could I take what I learned in the black church and bring it into the academy? And so the book that came out of that was called Reading While Black, African American Biblical Interpretation as an Exercise in Hope. And so what I wanted to show in the book was the ways in which Bible reading can still function as an exercise in hopefulness in our given day. And so I don't just simply repeat kind of the arguments from a previous generation. I try to look at what's going on in the culture at the present moment and ask myself, how does the Bible speak to these issues? So there's a chapter on what the Bible has to say about how the church should police its citizens, or what does the Bible have to say about ethnic identity? How does the Bible speak to this anger or this frustration that I sometimes have as a black Christian about what this culture has done to us? And how does the Bible give us the means by which we might come to a place of forgiveness and healing? And the last chapter in the book is called The Freedom of the Slaves. Because I think the question behind every question that relates to African American Christianity is, what do we do about the fact that this religion that is so meaningful to us was used as a tool of oppression? And so I try to look at the ways in which we can find some hope in what the Bible has to say about slavery for the descendants of slaves, which is probably the hardest part to write for me, and almost fearful for me to give it out into the world. But I think that every Christian, at least every African American Christian, has a part of them that's kind of wrestled with that reality. And I want to bring that out to the public square.